special.
So that was On My Mind by Shayan Sun and his producer director Ryan Kenna that we're about to have. So we got these two guys on Zoom. So let's get to them. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Good. Hey, digging the music video. I find it's very different. I definitely took me for a ride. So congrats, very nice aesthetic, great production. What led to this video? Like how did it all come about? Like how did you guys get together to do it?
Well, me and Ryan, we went to Dawson College before. I saw one of his videos. We weren't friends at the time, but I was really impressed because we were both in the cinema and communications program. And he had something that was very different every time I saw it. And by then I was getting more into music. I had a band called Made Men. And, I hit him up and I'm like, let's make a music video. And we made it one last year called Funland. And that was all over Montreal. It was mainly like shooting around Montreal. And it was a good time because it was with friends. And after that one, we loved it. So we said, let's do another one.
Cool. And what I like about it is that I find it's, sometimes you see videos, clips that really just look like, okay, it's a music video, but now I find that one has an aesthetic of, it could have been a story, it could have been like an episode in some kind of TV series, which thought I was even more appealing. So can you guys talk a little bit about the aesthetic? Maybe Ryan, you can do say a word or two about how you went about it.
Yeah. So yeah, as Shayan was saying, we made that music video, and we were talking about like what we liked in other music videos, and we really were attracted to the directors, the Safdie brothers, and their most recent film, Uncut Gems.
Right.
So we love that aesthetic, and we want to like sort of carry that through to the next one, except to go like all in. So for On My Mind, we really wanted to hammer home like it's a really intense music video, even though it's a very simple story. We want to make it feel like it was interesting and exciting. So we kind of just, we shot in locations that were available to us, and it was all handheld, and we wanted to make it look sort of like it was shot on film and also just very real. So that's kind of what we were trying to go for.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And how is your creative process going in these times? Have you guys kept shooting, or are you guys out for the time being?
Yeah, we're kind of. I mean, Cheyenne. I'm sure he can like. Music and stuff. Yeah.
I've been working on. I just released an album. It was a part of. On My Mind was a single from the album. It's called Always in Space. And, so I released that and I was polishing it for the first 2 weeks of the quarantine. And, once you let an album out in the world, it's like you're letting a baby out. And, you did all you could to feed it and nurture it. And, it's on to the next one. So, yeah, trying to work on some new stuff. And, yeah.
Yeah, and we wanted to do like another music video following up this one. But, with all the stuff going on, it's pretty much impossible, so that's pretty much been halted, so we kind of just have to wait, but we've been planning and doing all that kind of stuff, so I think it's fine in terms of like you're able to plan for the future and all that stuff, but right now it's kind of impossible.
Have you guys found that you have positive transformations out of this whole situation? Like, for example, I've been trying things that I haven't tried before, and I'm really just going all in on a bunch of directions that I told myself I never had time and that I would eventually, but now I actually have the time to do it. So I'm wondering, what about you guys? Do you experience a similar thing, or is it mostly negative for you guys?
Well, for me personally, I think it's pretty positive because I feel like even in the midst of everything that's happening and all the really shitty things that are happening, it's allowed people to just relax and focus on what they really want to do. So for me personally, I've just been catching up on a bunch of stuff that I didn't have time for before, like working out and catching up on movies and books and stuff like that. So I think it's been a pretty good effect, at least for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me too. It's been pretty good. I've been listening to a lot of Oriental music, so trying to get some different types of influences in my own music. Rather than just listening to the West type of music. So a lot of Chinese music, a lot of Indian music. The instruments mainly, like it's cool when you add layers and layers on top of your songs. You don't really notice it at first, but it's just like a little bit of spice. You put all these different ingredients, which brings out the final product. And you're like, whoa, was that a pipa? Was that a I don't know, just a random instrument with a crazy name?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Instruments that you've never heard a name before. But
Yeah,
it's crazy because there's so much content out there that's being produced every day, constantly, and that has been produced in the past. And it's like, if I feel personally that I'm just kind of catching up on how crazy and wild the internet is, just how it's a bottomless sea of beauty and disgustingness and just infinity, basically. And
yeah,
it's kind of, you're just catching up on, because now you have the time, instead of going out, instead of doing something else, to do more screen time. And it just kind of it starts enmeshing in you that there's so much out there, you know.
yeah. I mean, I think it's important to take the positive out of it because there's so much that's coming towards you. It's almost like Mike Tyson; he's punching you all over the place, and you got to block off the negative stuff. So you can't really you got to take what's the positive and translate it into your daily life.
Oh, definitely. Well, just technology in general, right? It's
Yeah.
just a new way to think. You're a cyborg now. You have access to so many different tools, so many different windows in your mind, you know. So I guess sometimes you do have to block it off to focus on what's meaningful and what's right for you. So it's definitely a new way to think. And I guess we're just kind of getting into the grasp of it. I mean, social media, the way we know it today, is super recent, you know, and we're not evolved to kind of deal with it. And right now we're just kind of catching up on all the craziness that is happening on the internet, whether it's creative content or otherwise. So it's just kind of a new way to think. So what is next for you guys? Is there other music videos on the way, or any other projects that we should be aware of, quarantine or post quarantine?
Whole new batch of music videos after this. I think like we have three pretty solid ideas, and we're just gonna bang them out like one after the other. So definitely stay subscribed to Shayan Sun for those upcoming videos. But yeah, lots of stuff coming up.
Yeah, me and Ryan work really well because it's we learn to compromise, and if something's not working, we'll trust each other's instincts to put our ego down and say, okay, like we got to get this going. And no one's we have a vision, but no one's trying to put in an agenda where it's like it has to be my way, this way. So I think that's why we work really well together, and we come up with so many different ideas we don't even know where to start. So I think a lot of good things are coming.
I love the collaborative spirit that you guys have. You spoke about not stepping on each other's toes, you know, getting ego out of the way. All good things that it is definitely hard, you know, when you're within a project and you have different opinions, different ways of thinking, but sometimes with good people it just meshes, you know. So it feels like you guys are on the same page for that. So once again, super cool video. I love the uncut gems taste of it. Crazy movie, by the way. But definitely thanks for being on, guys, on the show. We'll definitely keep in touch. Keep being creative.